Tracy Cook, and welcome to the podcast series Victim to Victory. This series gives a voice to those that have overcome obstacles in all forms, that dare greatly to share their real stories. Amazing humans that have seen hope and risen above those adversities to become victorious, that now support and inspire others to do the same. And today we are giving a voice to Jenny Sanders from the US. Thank you very much for joining us, Jenny. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks very much, Tracy, for having me here. I really appreciate it for the time and to share my story and a little bit story about my mom. So yeah, appreciate it.
You are very welcome, Jenny. Thank you very much. And who is Jenny and where does your story start?
So I will, briefly introduce myself. Yeah, I'm Jenny Sanders. I own and operated my first brick and mortar fitness kickboxing studio for over 5 years. As COVID hit last year, 2020, since March, we had to shut down our door we expected to reopen by April 1st, but things change just day by day, and the quarantine, the lockdown keep going on after April 1st until June. And during that time, the 3 months of the quarantine time, it's really hard on me because so many changes, and I still have to keep our studio operating because we want to keep our members happy, provide the online classes. And even with online classes, it's sometimes still hard to, keep members motivated because they prefer the in-person touch, in-person experience. So at that time, I really feel very frustrated. I don't know, I didn't know what should I do. And it really took a toll on my mental health and even physical, emotional, mental. And I remember one morning when I woke up and like pretty early, like 6 a.m. and 6:30, I sat by the table and I didn't know what should I do. I just feel that, the depression, anxiety. And I looked out of the window, I saw my mom and she already started her morning routine, her exercise. She practiced her Tai Chi every day, no matter rain or shine. And I was watching my mom and I said, hey, my mom could do that. Why? I just sat here, feel sad, feel depressed. I got to do something. So that really motivated me to, keep going during that lockdown time. And because I have to motivate our members, but myself, I need a motivation too. So my mom really has been a daily inspiration for me. And since June, we were able to reopen with many strict restrictions like social distancing, wear the face mask, and we do very diligent sanitizing, cleaning for the whole studio. But just in less than 1 month, we had to close down again. So it's just feel very sad. Yeah, we finally made our decision to close down the studio permanently by the end of 2020. That's just around the time, Christmas time and New Year 2021. So it's supposed to be the time, celebrate the holiday, but we didn't have that mood at all. And it's very heartbreaking, and our members feel very sad too because our studio is really it's a happy place for us. It's a home away from home. We feel like it's a place to relieve your stress, get your stress out from the daily life, your work, no matter what. And also, tone up your muscle, get fit, strong. And so that's really a very hard time for me. And I'm transitioning to do the online coaching. And my mom has been really the one keep encouraging me, because I failed. I closed my studio. It's so sad. And what am I going to do for the future? That's my mom said, when God closed one door, there is a new window is open. So you just got to keep going, with your positive attitude. So that's something really touched me because my mom, she is almost deaf all her life. Since I was 4 years old, and she had a ear infection, so she lost her sense of hearing. I didn't really have any chance to communicate with my mom. So I just a lot of times I desire that feeling, I could really communicate, talk to my mom. But when she's around, you will feel her energy, and you will hear her voice, her talking, her laughing. She talk a lot to herself. So I feel that's also a very good way to slow down the memory loss due to the social isolation. When you are deaf, you cannot socialize with people, and people even don't want to socialize with you because you cannot really hear. So we worry about her. She may have a dementia, she may have like Alzheimer's disease. So, but looking at her, she's always keep herself active, try her best to keep her brain sharp. And we know she doesn't want to become a burden on us. She always try the best to do things on herself. And so that's something I just feel my mom, so she's a small, very small, tiny lady, but she has such a strong heart. And she loves us. She loves our kids. And she has been such a good encouragement, inspiration to me. So that's just something I want to share a little bit about my mom. I know it's a lot to share. So.
No, that's fine, Jenny. Now, you kind of said a lot. You said a lot in there. So many people will be able to relate to the COVID lockdown and feeling that anxiety and feeling that depression and drawing strength or inspiration from maybe they're in lockdown with somebody or having to switch virtually and losing that human connection, and you've had to shut down your business, which felt like home. That was where you had culture and community. So there is so much that you actually said in just that short time. If you don't mind, Jenny, can I break down a few things of those with you? Now, you mentioned with great passion, then you were looking out the window and you felt a lot of anxiety and depression, almost a sense of loss when you're losing your business, your culture, your community, a place that feels like home. So talk us a little bit around those feelings of that anxiety and that depression, and it's a sense of loss as well. It's such a loss of community. So, and transitioning everything to online when people want to still do face-to-face and hug each other and have that face-to-face interaction. So there is so much and so much relatability with our audience that has gone on during that moment and those months of isolation and lockdown as a result of COVID 2020. Talk us through the thoughts you had around, anxiety and depression. And you said you drew inspiration from watching your mum. So talk us through those feelings. I mean, what were you feeling? What were you thinking? And how were you coming out of that? How did you pivot?
Yeah. So during the lockdown, the first 3 months, the quarantine, and then we had a hope we were going to reopen in June. So very excited. We are, ready to go in June. Just in less than 1 month, we were told to shut down again. We cannot operate indoor classes. So it is just very sad, and not only for us, for our members too, because members need a place, to work out. The all feel, during the quarantine, a lot of people gain weight physically, and mentally, a lot of people feel the stress, just the fear of the virus, the uncertainty of the future. People lost job, and other small business was closed the door permanently. So every day you just heard this type of negative things, from news, from social media, from friends and people, just give you more not anxiety and depression, So, and for me, like I know I have been a personal trainer and a nutrition coach. I have been learning how to, have a mental strength. And even I know those theories, those theories on the paper, but if I don't implement it, it's still, no use. Sometimes you need a trigger, you need just like, that tiny inspiration to make you, okay, you got to do it, take action, even it's imperfect action, better than perfect inaction. So yeah, that's something like my mom has been instilled in my heart. Yeah, because I know she has those, she has a disability, her deafness. And she has a lot of other health issues like her joint pain. She has arthritis, osteoporosis. She has her broken right upper arm. So there is a piece of metal is on her inside her the right arm, but without worry about all those things, she just always keeps showing up with smile, always smile, happy, and try to cheer us up. So that's something just in my heart, get me going. So I want to share that and with everyone.
Definitely. So those times of kind of the anxiety and the depression, you grew strength from, because there's 6 people in your house, you, your husband, your parents, and your 2 children. So there's 6 people in isolation during COVID, and you've had a loss. You've had a potentially financial loss. You've had to close your business.
It's a huge loss. Yeah, huge loss. And we were heartbroken because it's a hard-earned money from work. You save all those money and put into the investment. It's a franchise business. So we put every saving in, and but now it's gone. So yeah, but my mom always told me,
if you don't mind me asking, Jenny, how did that affect your relationship with your husband and your family as well? I mean, there's a lot that you've actually been through.
Yeah, and I'm very blessed. My husband, very supportive. And I know a lot of times I heard so many stories, the husband and wife that broke up because those type of hardship, financial, or when they have a kids with special needs kids, just all those things make them split or divorced. But my husband and me, I feel our relationship actually grows stronger because of the financial hardship with the business, because we have a child with special needs kid with autism. Yeah, because all those work we put in, we try to work as a team, want to get a better life for ourselves, for our kids, for our family, support our parents. So I feel all those things put us together, grow stronger. Yeah, I'm very blessed with that. And my dad is very supportive too. And the 2 kids, they're good. Yeah, my older one is a boy. Yeah, he's 14-year-old. He has moderate autism. And yeah, that's another story.
So talk us through being an autism parent as well. There must be challenges within that as well.
Yeah, it is. It's very, very, very challenging because in the beginning, I tried to deny it. I didn't want to accept the fact when he was officially diagnosed when he was 8 years old. And my husband and I, we didn't want to accept the fact, and we tried, do research, want to find a cure, how to cure him, and we just don't believe he has ASD, autism. But finally, we accept the fact, and we started to do research and research for the help, and doing all kinds of therapies, so that helped him in some way. But I realized one thing is, when searching for all those help and therapies, a treatment for him, I didn't think about myself. I didn't think about I need to take care of myself, because if I didn't take care of myself first, I couldn't have I couldn't take better of him and others. So that's why I realized I need to do my self-care and self-love. That's how I started to do the exercise. I remember in 2014, I started morning jogging, not jogging. I couldn't do jogging and running at that time because I was so out of shape. So I started with a fast walk. So every morning I get up 6:30. So 6:30 to 7 a.m., a half an hour before the kids got up from bed, I could go for a very fast walk, almost like 2 miles. So for me, I just need to have the endorphin, the happy hormone in my brain make me feel happy, because I just didn't feel happy from inside. I feel depressed. I don't have, I didn't have confidence. I even dislike myself. And I just feel I got to change it because I have a brain fog. I couldn't think very clearly. And I didn't even want to socialize with people. I didn't want to, pick up a call from friends. I feel I isolate myself socially, and just all those, negative outcome could go on and on. And when I decided I got to really change myself, because I have to take better care of my kids, my family, and my husband, my parents, because they all need me. That's how I started, exercising. But it's hard in the beginning, be consistent. That's another story. You got to do it, but sometimes you just cannot be consistent. A lot of excuses, oh, I'm so tired. Oh, I was busy with some other thing. Oh, I didn't feel like doing it. So that's one thing I feel my mom in this part, yeah, she has been inspiring me too, just keep going, you cannot just give up easily. Also, my husband has been very supportive. Even my kids, my boy, the one with ASD, autism, he is just a very naive, very innocent boy. He cracked me up all the time. I make joke with him all the time too. And I just feel I'm very blessed to go through the recovery of my own health and awareness journey. So that's why now I want to help the caregivers and moms with special needs kids, just like me, to help them to take back control, become healthy and happy, live the best life. Because I have been through that time. That's a dark tunnel. And I was depressed, hopeless, feel lonely. And I feel I want to help the other mom, other people, go through that period of time. You got to live your best life. Don't compromise your life. You don't compromise your self-care, your self-love, because you deserve the best life. That's how I feel.
That's such a great message, because I think as parents and as mums, we forget to put our own oxygen mask on first, don't we? We're so busy, like you said, Jenny, serving everyone else, taking on that responsibility. You have to be everything for everybody. And you've got your parents who are aging, your mum with her deafness, an autism child, you've got financial strain, from losing your business. Yeah. So we try to be everything for everyone, and we always put ourselves last. And that's such an important message, Jenny, and I'm so glad that you touched on it, because it's not selfish to put ourselves first.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
For ourselves, we can't take on that responsibility if we wish to, or say, hey, this is too much, I need help. We can't actually connect, we can't heal others, we can't serve others, we can't do what we need to do and put our hand up for help, or to love ourselves for it, because that can lead down to a dark tunnel, like you said. That can lead to the anxiety and the depression and social isolation, not wanting to connect with other people, and that's where it can lead. If we just practice self-love, then we can actually be able to monitor ourselves better, right?
Yeah, that's definitely true. I know a lot of times, being a mom, we feel it's kind of selfish, to take good care of yourself first. Yeah, especially my culture, my background, for sure. Think about yourself first. That's no good. But I really realize that's so important. Yeah, take care of yourself first, and then you can take better care of others. So
And you
Yeah,
just mentioned culture as well. So talk to us a little bit about your culture and your upbringing.
and I grew up in China, so I immigrated to America in around 2000, so almost 20 years. So I'm still learning English, still learning the culture difference, the language. Yeah, it's a lot for me to learn. I love to learn the new things. So it's my mom. Yeah, she is 76. I think she's 76 years old, and even she's deaf, but she's always try to learn something new, and she loves to engage, talk with people, even if she cannot really hear much. She just have that very strong sense of curiosity. She wants to know about people, get to know people, and she also try to help people. That's why even I remember when I finished school, started to work, I have people just come to me, offer help to me because they received the help from my mom. And when they were like very young, work in the same company with my mom, because my mom always, try her best to help them, even like bring them the food she cook at home, or even invite them to our home for dinner. So yeah, I feel my mom is that very generous people, So that's why the people remember, appreciate her, and then the past that the help they receive from her, and they want to help me. So yeah, I just feel very blessed to have my mom.
That's so wonderful. So so your parents moved with you from China to America as well?
And they're kind of like most recently, yeah, they stay with me, but before like 10 years ago, they live in China. Yeah, now they stay with me. And I'm the only one daughter. So I have one younger brother. So yeah, they're
Wonderful.
enjoying the time with us. And I know 3 generations live together. It's not easy.
It's not easy, but I think it's just so wonderful that a family, 3 generations, can live together and still draw from inspiration from each other's strengths. I think that's a testimony to a basic family unit. And that must have been a big move 10 years ago for your family, at that age, to move from China to start a new life, with you as well. I mean, that's a huge move.
Yeah, I feel for my parents, they're very how to say, adaptable. Yeah,
Yeah.
they love the new things, love to just keep learning, and also have the heart to want to help me because I have kids. They always want to be close to the grandchildren. They wish they could always be of help, in some way, maybe cooking and cleaning, they just want to do things for you. Yeah, I feel that's our culture. Yeah, for older generation, they always want to do things for their kids.
And what a wonderful experience for your children to grow up being so close to their grandparents, and those generational values to actually be passed down, and to spend time knowing your family's culture as well. That's so important. And to have that additional help, there's a lot of things that Western families should be doing more of and drawing experience from. I think it's absolutely wonderful. So, Jenny, what kind of message would you like to leave our audience on today?
And the message, I think, since I share a little bit, just a little bit of story about my mom or myself. So I hope this story will have a little bit impact on people with disability, no matter, physically, emotionally, or mentally, even and for people without disability. Also, I feel very important the mental health, perseverance, resilience are really the key to success, are the key to the joy of life. And just don't give up easily, and don't have self-talk, and fight against the odds. And also, even with a condition of disability, that that could equip you with special ability. With a blessing of the special ability, you will live your life, fulfilled with love, compassion, gratitude, and joy, even in very ordinary moments. So that's the short message I have.
I think that's absolutely wonderful and so impactful. You're so inspiring. And I'm so glad that you're keeping your culture alive and your mental health. And thank you very much for sharing your real story with us today, Jenny. You're going to go on to inspire many. So thank you very much for being brave to share your story. And we'll be sharing where to connect with Jenny as well. You are so appreciated. And you can find the Victim to Victory podcast series on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and our Victim to Victory podcast series Facebook group. So please subscribe, share, and comment to help be the change that the world needs, like Jenny is an example of as well. So let me leave you with a message today to step into your story, figure out who you are, and do it on purpose. Thank you very much, Jenny.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to speak here. I appreciate very much, Tracy.
Thank you. Bye for now.
Bye.